What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 41 of The World's First. If you're still enjoying the series, please go and hit that like button. Lets me know that you're still interested. Now, on the docket today are the final two matches of the season, Corby Town and Hyde United, and these two matches have turned out to be very important because they will determine where we will finish in the promotion playoff zone. That is correct. We have secured our spot in the playoffs to get up into the National League. Now, of course, that doesn't mean we can't rest on our laurels. We need to continue our fine form if we want to have a solid placement against a team that isn't doing so hot right now in the playoffs. But of course, before we get into those two matches, we must go over our form over the last months plus. And since our last LiveCon versus Tagcaster, we were able to secure 5 victories, scramble to 2 draws, and unfortunately come away with 2 losses. Following that Tagcaster match, we went away to Worcester and came away 2-0 victors. Anthony Steer and Ryan Davis coming away with the goals in the first half as we limited Worcester to not a lot of shots. We had the majority possession up and down the pitch, everyone playing fantastically as well as we were able to secure another 3 points. However, following that, middle of the table Chorley coming and sneaking one in on us and winning by the score of 2-1. Anthony Steer getting us off to the right start just 4 minutes in. However, later in the first half, Chorley hitting us really on a counter that we weren't prepared for. As I was switching the formation up, I was going back and forth between 4-3-3 and the 4-4-2 narrow diamond, which I still have the players trained, and I think just because I didn't play it mostly through the season, they weren't that familiar with it, and as such, weren't able to produce the goods here. And like I said, didn't come away with a single point versus middle of the table Chorley. And as I said, scrambled to 2 draws. That's exactly what we did versus Blythe and Stockport. Top of the table Stockport at that. Against Blythe, very lackadaisical. A good number of shots taken by both sides, but ultimately no score. And then against Stockport, to be quite honest with you, we would have lost this had it not been for an own goal from a Stockport defender in the 61st minute, giving us the lead that early. But then in the first minute of stoppage time, Stockport equalizing right there and then. Thought for sure we would have lucked our way into 3 points versus the top of the table team, but it was not to be on this day, and we only got 1 point. But following that, we were in fine form, winning 4 out of our next 5 matches. Ilkeston, Altrincham, North Ferriby, and Tamworth all coming away with 3 points there, with our only loss to Staley Bridge. And to be quite honest with you, thought for sure we had an average side, a better than average side on the pitch. However, average doesn't often win you a lot of games. If you're average, the other team needs to be really, really bad, it seems like, in this game. So as such, Staley Bridge, not very bad. They were actually a little better than us, I will admit, and were able to come away with all 3 points there. But we did take 12 points in our last 5 matches, and this is where the standings are. So after those 17 points in 9 matches, we are guaranteed playoff football at the end of the season, as we have 71 points through 40 matches. Right now, we're only 2 points off of FC United and that second place spot. Stockport have run away with the league as they are 8 points clear of FC United, so they're automatically up into the National League. Hyde United are even with us on points, but we have better goal difference, and Lowestoft sitting there in 5th place, not out of it just yet, as Tamworth, winning both their last matches, and Lowestoft losing both of theirs, could see those places flipped. I would honestly not want to see that, because we had a better record versus Lowestoft over the last 2 years, not so much a good record versus Tamworth. So if we move into 2nd place somehow, if we pass FC United Manchester, I would love to face Lowestoft. At the same time, Hyde United, not a bad opponent either, and in fact, we are going to be taking them on at the last game of the season. So without further ado, let's take on Corby first and foremost. So against relegation tip side Corby Town, we're going to go with the 4-3-3 to put them on their back foot from the off and hopefully get a few goals past them. Not a lot of personnel changes. I've pretty much kept the same starting 11 for at least a good half of the season because they have delivered the goods. The only difference is Tom Marsden is going to be on the bench. He is usually in that center striker role where Ryan Davis is right now. And Benny Aguihan may have played his last match for the club as he is out injured, and I really don't think I'm going to be bringing him back because I have Anthony Steer, Ryan Davis, Elliot Pond, strikers that are doing so much better than Benny is right now, and really, I don't want to keep paying Benny more than all 3 of them, so he's going to be out at the end of the season. But without further ado, starting 11, Luke Chambers in net, McCoy, Parks, Woodward, and Duxbury along the back line. O'Brien, Jones, and Morin will be the 3 center mids. We're giving Freshwater a little bit of a run out on the bench. just because I feel he's better as a super sub. And then the 3 strikers up front, as stated before, Anthony Steer, Ryan Davis, and Elliot Pond. 3 top goal scorers, and honestly, with 54 goals between them, I'm expecting goals here. So let's kick off, see what happens, cross fingers, hopefully it's good. Throw in McCoy out on the right side, 6.5 minutes through, and Elliot Pond taking a very strange shot. Honestly, don't know why he did that. Meanwhile, minute later, thrown on the other side, Duxbury tries to whip it into the far post. We did have somebody over there. McCoy into Steer. Steer takes a shot and it bounces off the outside of the post. 16 minutes gone. Now it's a fight for the ball in the middle and the ball gets cleared away. We have the possession. We could hit him on a counter here now. However, Elliot Pond just holds it up in the middle of the pitch, gets it out to Duxbury out on the left inside to Morin. I'd like to see some better passing. Here we go. Duxbury into Pond. Back out to Duxbury, you can put in a decent cross, but can't find a good crossing lane. Pond tries to take a shot, but it is well wide. Corner kick, Ryan Davis getting it inside, but it is cleared away. We still have the ball just on the edge of the box. Elliot Pond from about 25 yards out. I was totally not expecting that as he strikes it from distance, and it is 1-0 Sheffield after 22 minutes. Come on, boys. He is definitely not known to shoot from range. Elliot Pond takes a couple of touches and then squares up with his left peg into the far side, and it's 1-0 Sheffield, and couldn't have asked for a better shot there. Duxbury now with the ball inside to Ryan Davis. I think he was offside. Okay, he wasn't. Ryan Davis makes it 2 in the span of 2 minutes against a Corby side that really needs to come away with a result here if they want to stay out of the relegation zone. So, you know what? Davis with a karate kick, just staying onside. I'm sure there were appeals for the offside, but the ref keeps his flag down. 28 minutes gone. Some good passing movement to try and get into the box, but Morin instead goes out to Duxbury on the wing. He's got all 3 of his strikers in the box, but can't pick one out as it is cleared away by Corby only as far as Luke Morin. Gets in Andre Jones to O'Brien, trying to switch the pitch. Steer gets it inside. What a block! But Elliot Pond is there with the rebound. It's his brace on the day. 17th goal of the season, and it's 3-0 to Sheffield, and we are just flying here. Can't complain, really. Like I said, decent passing movement. Ryan Davis denied the goal on the line by the goalkeeper, but Elliot Pond, the first guy to pick it up on the rebound. And like I said, 3-0. Corby now looking for something, and Corby are going to get one back off of a really bad spill by Luke Chambers, the goalkeeper. Noel Layton picking up the rebound. Honestly, Luke Chambers could have and should have done a lot better than that. That was a really weak shot. Chambers just doesn't have the handles. Did not have a handle on that. Slipping away, probably due to the rain, and it's now 3-1. The clean sheet is gone. Halftime, 3-1, no changes. Just go. Just about 60 minutes and nothing really of note. Alright, 18 minutes left and still nothing of note, so we're going to make a couple of subs. In fact, can I make both of my defensive mid subs? No, David Parks is going to make way for Theo Vassell. And then Andre Jones is going to leave, and Charlie Gorman's going to come on for him. I think he's good as a ball-winning mid. He is, so I made the right choice there. And as far as who can play on the left, I mean, David Parks could have. Scott Duxbury is going to have to really see this one out the rest of the way. I don't have another left back on the bench. That's the one thing I don't like about the National League. They only give you 5 on the bench. Hopefully we can get up in the League 2 as soon as possible so I can have 7. But for now, we're just going to make these 2 subs and let it go. Final sub, Tom Marsden on for Anthony Steer. You know, striker for striker. Let's just see if he can get a goal in the last 8 minutes. Finally, our first highlight, 2 minutes from time, and it's Ryan Davis coming through. A nice long ball from Elliot Pond. Ryan Davis, his 18th goal of the season, and puts the exclamation point on this match. It's 4-1 to Sheffield, and this could possibly move us up into second place, depending on how FC United Manchester's match is going along. What a great pass up to Davis. One-on-one with the keeper. Wasn't going to miss that. Great shot. And there it is, full time, 4-1. We recreated our scoreline, our part of the scoreline from last match versus Corby. However, they were not able to equal theirs. Last match, it was a 4-all draw, a really nerve-wracking 4-all draw, but fortunately we were able to come away against a very, very bad side. So let's take a look and see where everyone else is. And FC United Manchester lost their match, so we have moved up into second place. And it looks like Tamworth lost their match, so Lowestoft also lost their match. So it's really a battle between Lowestoft, Solihull Moors. It's Lowestoft Solihull Moors for that 5th and final playoff spot. However, we also have Hyde United coming up next, so if we defeat them, we secure our 2nd place spot. If we lose to them, we could possibly switch places with them and drop down to 4th place ourselves. Let's hope that doesn't happen. So let's get right into that match, take a look at the team sheet if there's any changes and whatnot, and let's get into it. So against Hyde United, who are also playing a 4-4-2, much like Corby Town did, I thought I'd switch up the roster and switch up the formation just because of fitness issue. We're going to use the 4-4-2 narrow diamond, and this is the starting lineup for this final match of the regular season. Luke Chambers, of course, staying in net. McCoy, Kennedy, Vassell, and Duxbury along the back line. Our defensive mid is Andre Jones. Luke Morin and Lewis O'Brien will be our 2 center mids, with Tom Marsden as our attacking center mid. Anthony Steer and Ryan Davis sitting up front, with Elliot Pond sitting on the bench for today. We have Alek Przespolewski, who I very rarely used over these last couple of seasons. He's at least on the bench. David Parks, Declan Jones, and Christian Woodward, mostly defensive players on the bench as well, because at this point in time I feel like the majority of my fitness issues are on the defensive side, so better to have a lot of defensive players just in case. So let's kick off final match of the season. Cross fingers, hopefully we can get ourselves a result versus this 4th place team. Not a whole lot of action so far, as this is the first highlight of the match, 17, almost 18 minutes in, and it's us in the blue. Kennedy to O'Brien at the top of the box, about 35. Now it's back to the center circle. I was about to count it just in case he was taking a shot. Ryan Davis being mugged by 2 guys. O'Brien really cannot get the ball moving. Oh, but we do. We find a way. We slip it through to Anthony Steer. It's 1-0 to Sheffield after 19 minutes. And I was just about to say, this hockey pitch doesn't seem very conducive to how we are lining up. It's too narrow and too short as well. I did not think that this narrow formation would have gotten anything. I think this was just a lack of concentration on the defensive part by Hyde, but no matter, we take the lead. There's just been a lot of wonky shots from both sides. Oh my god, it bounced off the post, almost rolls into the back of the net, but Scott Duxbury there to clear it off the line. Whew. Corner kick with 1 minute of stoppage time on the clock. It's an Agbanalhor, but the ball goes in and it's cleared over. Halftime and a very nervy 1-0 right now, as Hyde United had a couple of chances near the end of that first half. Fortunately, they were wide or cleared off or over the bar, and we hold on to this very narrow 1-0 lead. I'd like to go back out there, second 45, and obviously get another goal just to strengthen my position and come away with a win, keep us in 2nd place. Already have a couple players with lemon heads, Tom Marsden and Anthony Steer. I'm not going to sub them out just yet. I mean, at this point in time, unless they were injured, I'm not going to sub them out. So I'll leave them on there. Second 45. Some wild action so far in the first 3 minutes of this half. We get the ball back once again. Marsden up to McCoy. McCoy can whip it in. He does. He tries to find... Oh, wow. He tried to find Ryan Davis, but Snedker, the Hyde United goalkeeper there, with the tip over, and we get a corner out of it. Tries to go near post. Can't find anybody. Steer out to Lewis Kennedy, who's really should be going back, but that ends that highlight. Anyway, once again, I mean, they're just coming in thick and fast right now. Luke Morin slipping through to Ryan Davis, who was onside, and Ryan Davis makes it 2-0 to Sheffield. We are flying high to round out this regular season. It's his 19th goal of that season. And just as the time was taken over to the 50th minute, a great pass from Luke Morin. He has that nice little vision. Ryan Davis unmarked, takes the shot. Easy, easy, easy. Hyde United in a complete spot of bother right now, as they are just hustling and hurrying themselves to try and get back into this match, trying to strengthen their playoff position. But here we come once again on a counter. Ball flipped out to the wing of McCoy. He tries to bring it in, but it was a rather weak cross. Ball coming through. Tries. McCoy can't clear it. Goes to the top of the box. O'Connor slipping it through. McCoy clearing it once again. And once again, Hyde United just can't find anything. Duxbury throwing it into Vassell. He probably would have done better to bring it. Oh my god, doesn't even matter. Luke Morin with his second assist of the day. Marvin McCoy, the right back, getting into the mix. It's only his 4th goal of the season, but it's 3-0 to Sheffield. And once again, we are running away with this match. I'm pretty sure fitness is not an issue here. Probably is for Hyde, and they could have done a lot better, to be quite honest with you. I don't know how they got up into 4th place if they're playing like this. 72 minutes gone. Both sides have taken a number of shots. 8 shots aside. Now, actually, that was 9 for Hyde United, but our 5 on target have been the difference as we have gotten 3 goals out of him. And now, once again, Hyde United coming forth. As I've said, they are going to be hustling and hurrying themselves to try and get back into this match, but they just cannot get past our back line. We also can't make bad passes like that and let them hit us on a counter. Bon Lahore getting inside, but Luke Chambers with a nice save. But as it stands, us controlling the match on this day, not allowing Hyde United to work the ball into their strikers, definitely helping us out. This is a little bit of a consolation goal for Hyde. Actually, they're going to give it to an own goal, Lewis Kennedy. A little suspect, to be quite honest with you. Luke Chambers, the ball bounced off the crossbar, then off Luke. Lewis Kennedy going for a tackle, ball goes into the back of the net. Okay, kind of a fluke, but at the end of the day, it's only a consolation goal. And there it is, full-time, Sheffield 3, Hyde United 1. We secure our second place spot. Now the question is, who are we going to be facing in the first round, the semifinal round of the playoffs? Will it be Lowestoft? Will it be Solihull Moors? Let us take a look. And it's going to be Lowestoft. I mean, that's really all there is to it. There's no, special surprise like, oh, you're going to be playing Solihull Moors instead. No, we're going to be playing Lowestoft. FC United will be playing Hyde United. That's going to be a good match, to be quite honest with you. Who would I want to face out of that? Well, after this match dictates, I would love to face Hyde United, to be quite honest with you, and try and get into the National League by taking out Hyde United in the final. But of course, we need to get ourselves to the final in the first place. So, let's actually take a look. Is it official? I'll offer a deal for McCoy later, but I'm pretty sure it's official. It's pretty much going to be official. We will be facing off against Lowestoft in the semifinal of the promotion playoffs, and next episode will be that promotion playoff spectacular. Up to 3 matches, probably. If we somehow get past Lowestoft, we will then take on FC United or Hyde United. So, until that time, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new and you want to see more content on the channel. Lets me know that you are still interested. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything else, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.